succession, I guess it would be in the video. If anybody's ever watching this, you know, through on the uploads, that'll be interesting. So I lost a ton of you guys there, and it's gonna take a ton of time to get you guys back. But what I was saying, man, hopefully, hopefully this is working now, guys. Man, I apologize. So somebody give me a thumbs up if you got sound, because that would be cool. I see one thumbs up. All right, man, pulling this through. Let's see. All right, cool. Everything's popping up, guys. Thank you for bearing with me. All right, here's my microphone. I'm learning. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Thank you for bearing with me. I apologize. Let's get some stuff here. I can't zoom out. We're trying to get the heater going. That's all we were trying to do here. Paula Wells is in the house. She needs a wrench to fix the situation. All right, guys. Getting this clipped up. I wanted to pull the rest of this wire through to get it out of my chest. It's all tangled. So what I was saying before is we got this little thing. So hopefully y'all can hear me now just a little bit better. I got the bars popping up on this. I got some thumbs up in the house. Give me some thumbs up if I got some audio, guys. I appreciate it. We'll catch up with everybody. Paula Wells, thank you for joining us. Let me roll back up here. Dwayne Dye says he can hear me. Steve H, okay. James, hello. What is up, guys? Thank you for popping in. Paul Wells is driving me insane. Bad. North Idaho says the audio is low. From Pennsylvania, Johnny Campbell, what's up, man? Right now outside, it's probably like 50 degrees, maybe a little colder, 45 in there. The other morning, it dipped down to, it was 22 when we got out of bed, so it was pretty freaking cold the other morning. So we've been getting some firewood. We've been having fires in the morning, all that jazz. Who else? Colin says low volume. Hopefully it's doing its thing. This told me this is where it should be clipped. Pretty much there. Chevelle Leather's in the house. What's up, Chevelle? How are you? Thank you for joining us. Russell Waters says audio is great. Pull right on. So I'm going to kind of roll with it, guys, and try to keep an eye on y'all here, as well as multitask. Liz is upstairs, finishing up some stuff online. Hopefully she comes down and drops in and says hi. But we are going to be working on this heater here. And before I run over there, I'll just catch up on anybody else that popped in. Let's see. Don is from Connecticut. What is up, Don? My neck of the woods, kind of. A lot of you don't know I'm from Rhode Island originally. Sounds good. And can't hear you. Northern Living, sound is okay. Try checking to see if you're on mute at Scott Miller. Okay, perfect. Okay, guys. So what we got going on. Cool. So I'm so used to having to project at the camera. So this is good. So what we got going on here is we have this gas tank down at the bottom. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a better view and try not to be totally terrible with it. We do got this end here, so that should work out much better. We got some guy saying it was louder without the mic. Interesting that you say that. I'm going to have to tweak with the settings on the microphone, I believe, because I thought the same when I was recording with it. I thought it was a tad bit quieter. But anyway, here, we'll move this. We'll get it up just a little bit closer here for y'all. We are getting this heater fired up. Finally, I think. What this is an old oil burning furnace. We salvaged this from our old house. There was an old shop that this was in, so we were able to take it out. I can tell you it is extremely heavy. I don't know what year it's from. I do have all the paperwork on it somewhere or another. But I think it's mid-70s, somewhere in there. Thing's a tank. It's got this old Williamson oil burning pump on it. And we don't have a real good system set up yet for the fuel. Last winter, as some of you may know, we tried to run this copper line that you guys can't really see, but I will show you. There's this copper line that runs all the way up, just right up in there, and all the way across above that septic line. That copper line runs outside to a 55-gallon drum full of diesel out there. Well, that works all hunky-dory until it starts getting cold, you know, like this, and that diesel just starts to thicken up a little bit. And this pump doesn't have the capabilities to pull that all the way up and over the 8-foot wall. So there is that. What we're reverting to now is just using this 5-gallon can right in here, and eventually we're going to pull this 55-gallon drum from the outside and just set it right here. We just haven't quite gotten there, and it's getting cold, so this is just going to work for now. So we got that. This is just off-road diesel, guys. Basically heating oil. It's a number 2 diesel, I guess. You can go, at least here in Idaho, you can just go to the pump and buy off-road diesel. It's tax-free diesel. You use it in anything that's not made for the highway. So like the highway diesel is a little bit more expensive, and it's clear or green. And the off-road diesel, it's got a red dye to it, and that's for use, you know, and stuff like this, or if you got a tractor or, you know, something like that. So we're gonna get this going. I got the reset switch switched. I got the plug plugged in. I got my fuel going down into the tank, and this should have oomph to be able to pull oil into the pump right here. Make sure you guys can see all of this perfect. And I think that's pretty much it. I got all the exhaust is open. We never actually even sealed it for the summer, so that's just perfect. Got my thermostat taken apart right behind me, kind of rigged up. We can leave the vent on the fuel because it's open. And I think we should try this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the thermostat on right here, just temporarily. Actually, not temporarily. If this fires up, we're going to go for it. We're going to turn the thermostat on. The pump's going to start to run. I'm going to have to bleed some fuel out of here. You guys aren't really going to be able to see that. It's way down in here. But that's just going to sputter out a couple air bubbles. I'm going to close it. Hopefully this thing fires up. You'll be able to hear it start burning if it does fire up. So it's going to burn for a little bit, and then the blower will kick on. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. That's what's supposed to happen at least. So, thermostat. Open the bleeder valve. And we got nothing yet. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, we got fire. All right, we got soot. Wow, dusty. Okay, so I'll bring you guys down in here. We do have positive flamage. I'll flip this camera around here. And this is down by the pump. You can see in our burn chamber there, we do have fire going on, so that is awesome. This is just an old Williamson burner, like I was telling you guys. I don't know the age, but man, it just works good. I've done minimal maintenance to it. There's a nozzle in here that I've had to replace, and I've had to clean up some of the electrodes that actually ignite the thing. But other than that, it's been a great little unit, and it's been around the block. It's old. So let's pull this on back, take you guys back here. I'll try to answer any questions while we're waiting for this thing to fire up. So right now, what we're waiting for is the heat exchanger essentially to get hot enough, and then there's that inside the unit itself that will kick the fan on, the blower motor on. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see quite a bit of dust coming out of this blower unit here in about 2.1. So let that burn. That blower motor used to struggle a bit back in the day, even at the old house. So we might have to put a new motor on that. Probably not today in this video. I'm just hoping it kicks on. It should be good to go. It was running fine when we put it away essentially. So there is that. I'll catch up with everybody in here. Thank you guys for joining us. Looks like there's a few people in here. Hopefully everybody is doing well. Fired up diesel. So diesel gets cold, you should use it. Yep, so a lot of it's already put in. Russell Walters was saying like the diesel is put in. I'll try to catch up on the comments here. Your wood? Here, I gotta let Jed outside. Jed, you gotta say hi to everybody though. What's up, everybody? All right, Jed's gotta go out. Let me let Jed out real quick. Oh, come out the back door, Jed. Good boy. All right, and then we'll catch back up with everybody here. Keep this in the background because that's the. Oh, let's see. Thank you guys for joining in. Still hasn't fired up. It's still just burning back there. Let's see. Jay Ward, you're back. Yeah, what's up, buddy? Thank you for joining us. 80 degrees in Florida. That's amazing. Yeah, 47 right now here and dropping. It's cool. Paula Wells, what is the efficiency of using diesel versus natural gas? I don't know, like, hand in hand. I can tell you we have this other propane furnace that was in the house, and so the propane furnace, 5 gallons of that, you can burn that in like 4 or 5 hours really, really, really quick. And this 5 gallons of diesel will probably last like 2 days. So I know, like, at least in these two, there's that comparison. But this is made to heat something like this, and the other little furnace isn't like exactly designed to heat this area, so it's not like the best comparison ever. So yeah, there's that. I'll try to quit cutting everything off. Yeah, so it's still burning there. Yeah, as long as it keeps working. Yeah, thank you guys for joining in. Winter fuel, they do, they put the additive in here. I don't know a ton about it. We don't run much diesel, but we're just going to end up keeping this diesel inside here. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things. I didn't totally want to be keeping the fuel in the shop, but it's not super uncommon. A lot of these old houses that run these fuel burners, you know, you got a 300 or 400 gallon tank sitting in the basement right next to this thing, so it's not super uncommon. We'll see. Hopefully I can find a nice tank somewhere or something. Looking good. Thank you, Richard. Russ Collins says, warm in Tennessee. James, if there's any success in hunting the big game. As of now, no. Man, good story, though. I haven't even made a video about this. So we were up, oh, that was like almost 2 weeks ago now. Buddy and I were up, hunted, got rained out hard, ended up spending oh no, Liz did put a few clips in there. We ended up spending the night in that very end of like the last hunting video that was in there. But listen to this, guys. So my buddy ended up ripping his tarp. We hiked out the next morning. We were soaked. We were just like super wet. Got to his truck. Heat works great in the truck. So I mean, probably 2 hours of an hour there and then driving down the road. And then we drove up to this other spot, warmed up in the truck, got enough of our stuff dry. We're like, yeah, let's just hunt into the evening, then we'll roll out. Cool. So this thing is trying to fire up. Right on. Yeah, you can see the dust coming out of there. Okay, she's golden pony boy. But yeah, so we're hiking up into this other spot, 200 yards from the truck, guys. No lie, like 200 yards from the truck, hiking in, and I just happened to look over to my left, in real nice, still in velvet. I don't even know how big it was. It all just happened so fast. Full frontal shot. He's looking right at me, standing on all fours, so I can see like the barely tops of his legs, and his chest, and his neck, and his head, and he's looking like right at me. Like I have no angle on this guy whatsoever. Pretty straightforward shot. I had a lane looking right at him. I could see like his whole body super clear. Click him up. It took me like forever to find him in the rangefinder, and finally found him in the rangefinder, 35 yards, should be a chip shot. Pull back. I'm wondering like how this deer has not even ran away yet. 35 yards away. He was kind of in the timber, but not really. Let go. In the arrow, I mean, perfect flight, and then all of a sudden like whack right into the tree next to it. Right height, like it was right there. He just kind of trots off away, not real fast or nothing. There was a branch, like a teeny little branch, like the size of my hand, I didn't even see. And it was kind of hanging over, and I just had that full shot, so I was going right vitals, right in the front of him, and it just nicked that branch, and it shanked that arrow right into the tree, and I'm far away from the thing. So I was super, you know, bummed about that. But the positive to that is, since it did hit that branch, I got really lucky that it didn't shank into the deer somewhere odd. So there was that. But sorry for the long ramble. I was stoked on it. Let's see. Yeah, so that's the success. Paula Wells, is that heating the apartment? This is not heating the apartment. We got the wood stove upstairs that's like heating the living quarters. This is just heating like this downstairs shop area. I mean, and that's still firing. Man, you still see dust coming out of it even. Seems to be running good. Let's go check that burn rate here in just a second. I'll catch up with all of these guys here. With a collection of system cow hogs, pork and bees, methane's cheap. Yeah, right. It lives, Johnny Campbell. It does live. Let's go check out the burn. See what we got going on. See, we got solid air coming out. Warm air. See what we got in here. Oh yeah, still burning good. You guys can see there is some of this white buildup here. You know, that is fairly normal. I think a guy probably could use to clean this thing, but for right now, it's getting by just fine. So we're gonna let that run for a little bit and just kind of catch up with everybody. If anybody's got any questions, comments, or concerns, let them be known. Let them be known for sure. I should have positive microphoneage as I like walk around. I'm so used to having to like stay at the camera, but yeah, it should be good to go. Let's see what projects are we've been working on. So I climbed up on the roof yesterday. Actually, I attempted to climb up on the roof yesterday. I got a little nervous. It sucks climbing up on that roof all of a sudden. It's really high up there. It's not so much steep, but like if you lose your anything, if you start sliding, you're done. There's nothing to like grab onto. And that's like a solid 17-foot drop onto the ground. So you're not going to bounce really well right there. But we do need to sweep the chimney for the wood stove. We have yet to sweep the chimney on that. I got all the things. I got the brush here, got all that ordered, but we just need to do it. I think it's got some fair buildup. You can see up in the cap up in there that it's got some real good buildup. This pipe here stays really, really clean, guys. I don't know if it's just because this thing kind of burns like, I don't know. Obviously the soot in the stuff in the wood is a lot worse, but for what this is, you know, an oil-based product, this thing burns pretty clean, doesn't get a lot of buildup in here. Still burning pretty warm. I gotta warm up my hands over here for a second. Let's see how warm it is burning. I do have a thermometer. Look at this, guys. We can get all official. Let me run over here. Oh yeah, so we got this old thermometer. I don't even know what this is. Sterile range. So this was probably off of something that you can see it says sterile range up in there. But let's just set this thing up in here and see what we got going on. It's gonna take this a minute. This isn't one of them digital meters. I'm kind of hoping I can like jam it in here somewhere. Don't want to drop it down in there though. Yeah, it might stay. I mean, if it's gonna fall, it's gonna fall out, right? Right? Right. Okay, we'll just let that sit there and wait till we hear it drop on the ground, I guess. Man, I'm stoked on that. That's cool. I was a little worried, like something about like not running something over a summer. You know, we do it with some piece of equipment or the snowmobiles especially. Like that first time when you go to fire something up after it's been sitting a while, it's just a little questionable. But I think I did see a comment pop up that said like, you can't kill these old units. Yep, Larry Heath, can't kill the old units. I agree. I gotta tighten this stand up. Yeah. I don't know why that's so loose. That's weird. Okay, try not to touch it, but I have to. Let's see. Paul Wells, they do eventually die. Yeah, but for now, mine is hold strong. Yeah. 8 years. Nice. Northern Living. So, yeah, they said I threw a rope up over and tied it to the four-wheeler, which works fine, but like I said, there's just like, I don't know, it was something about it. I've been up there before and it was fine. I wasn't feeling it, so climbed down. Didn't try today. It actually was kind of rainy today, so yeah, I do need to get up there to sweep that though. Try to catch up on these guys. Sorry about that. Let's see. Russ Collins is asking about our new water system. How big of a garden do we plan on having next year? Size. I couldn't tell you dimensions. Let me try to guess dimensions. Let me ballpark this real quick. So this is 18. So I would guess like 30. Man, 30 by 40 would be fat. 35 by 40 would be pretty big, I think. Maybe if we started out with like 18 by 40. Or did 30 by 20, something like that, something fair size. Trying to do like pretty good sized garden next year, especially with everything going on. We just want to have like pretty much just our own fresh vegetables and then our own vegetables to can and put away. If we could do that and have like a pretty decent supply for the winter, that would be like best case scenario. That's what we're really going for. And then if it got meat for the winter too. So hopefully we can really start to play into both of those roles here soon, but I don't know. Oh, let's see. Morgan Adair, what is up, buddy? Thank you for joining us. He says, for shop purposes, best just use what we got. Yep. Diesel wins hands down is what he's saying. And we do have a line on a wood stove to put down here. Give me your thoughts on this, guys. Kind of losing my voice, I feel like. But, so I think I'm just going to tie into this with a wood stove sitting right next to it, probably on the other side where that shelf is sitting. Because I'm going to have a diesel canister sitting underneath that sewer line. And I don't want that wood pipe stove to be going right by that sewer line anyway. So I'm thinking I can do a wood pipe stove off this side, go up, tee into this bad boy, and it's already going out. We put all this in. That's a through-the-wall thimble. You know, this is all like rated to wood stove heat. So this is all there. And I might just have to put a damper, put like a baffle in this main pipe here so I don't have any like downdraft going through it maybe. But yeah, give me your thoughts on that. I'll try to catch up here. So let's see. Oh, I haven't heard the thermometer come out yet. That's good. Paula is asking, in the ground or raised? So we are going to do in the ground for now. We're going to try in the ground. That's like, I've always leaned towards that. I did a lot of landscaping in the past, and we dealt with a lot of raised beds, and I never was like the biggest fan. I don't have like a ton against raised beds, but I just never was the biggest fan of raised beds. So we're gonna shoot for in the ground right now. We got the tiller, so it should be super easy to till. Let's see. Wow, 10 raised beds, that's amazing. Let's see, have you been by the old property to see what they did or how it changed? We have. The mill came in, excuse me, and at least as of right now, I think I saw that there was like footers, big footers, guys, huge footers that they had poured like right in the front yard. The house is gone. Excuse me, guys. The house is totally gone. And let me think, what else is new? Yeah, they're just like expanding on the mill right there. It's amazing. It's crazy to think that there was even a house there at one point, you know. But yeah, so there is that. Let's check this thermometer over here. Let me go grab it, see what it's at. Oh, it's doing good. That's almost at 100 degrees. That's, let's see, 50, 60, 70 maybe, 75, 80 coming out of there. What is that, guys? Ooh. What way? I'm all backwards here. That's weird. It must show it backwards. That's odd. But yeah. Hot air. That's good. I'm just trying to think like if there's anything. Oh, someone hit us up with a super chat. I just saw that pop up. Thank you. Who's that? Morgan. Thanks, man. Thank you so much. So Morgan says, just to get refreshments for a job well done celebration. Cheers, man. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Thank you, Morgan. Sorry, I wasn't zoning out there. I was just like making sure I had everything going good on my system. Doesn't appear to be any leaks. I'll show you guys this baffle that I don't know a ton about. So let's go back here. Nice, thank you very much, Morgan. So we're gonna turn this around here, and hopefully it doesn't get too loud for you since I am rocking this microphone. But we got this baffle that that's on this system. Now this came from the old house, guys, and I didn't mess with any of this. We were actually able to use the exact same piping setup. It actually went out the roof at the old house, but I just, you know, teed it off over. But it's got this baffle set up right here, and I'm not 100% sure what this is for. It does say something. Oh, is it on there? Yeah, it says something in there. But it's real interesting, you know, with the wind some days, this thing will sit here and just rock. But it doesn't seem to be doing anything right now that it, you know, there's nothing coming out of it. There's no exhaust coming out of it. Everything's just going right up. Let's check the burn since we're over here. I always gotta say hi, make sure we're not too hot. Oh, it's a little warm. Can we get down low? Ooh, it's a little warm down there too. Let's go like this. We'll pull my sleeve down here for you guys. Pull this up, and this over. Oh yeah, it's a little toasty. Solid burnage. You can kind of see a draft. There's a little bit of ash being sucked in, so we got good drafting. Pump doesn't sound like anything's, no bearings. There is a slight whine. You guys probably can't hear slight like click whine. But man, this thing seems to be running amazing. That's awesome. Real good. Everything's going well. Old Williamson. Everything. What is this? The Tempo-Matic? Where did I see that? Yep. Tempo-Matic. That's awesome. I love it. Man, so stoked. I should, ooh, sorry guys. I didn't mean to be shaking y'all around there. Slipped out of the stand. I should have a thermometer off yonder here somewhere to really see what the place does, really see how it heats up. I mean, right here it doesn't seem bad, but we'll keep an eye on this, throughout the stream. We'll go over there and kind of check everything and kind of see what we dropped at. So that was a 5-gallon tank that we hooked up to that heater, and it was, so before the stream ends, we will go over there and see, fuel we've burned. And I'd say we probably ran this for, I don't know, maybe 8 minutes before we got her fired. The guy could go back and check, but I don't think it was even quite that. So we'll kind of give a good little analysis there, I guess. Man, and Morgan with the super chat. Thank you so much. That's awesome, man. Paul is asking airflow on there, on the that flapper valve. Yeah, it's something. I don't know what it would be. I've never seen it at least before, but it works fine. Let's see. As he was out towards Sandpoint. Oh yeah, looking to move there. Yeah, you and everybody else, man. Lots of people coming here. It's a good spot to be. It's a real good spot to be. Let's see, John Hancock. I would not go dual use pipe on the heat. Yeah, 1 unit per pipe. I see what you're saying. So, yeah, I mean, I could see the downfalls to it for sure. Kind of, I'll have to plan, see if I see anybody else doing it, basically. Tony Williams says that's a barometric dampener. Okay. Oh, Tom Williams, not Tony Williams. I'm sorry. It's for when the wind blows. Yes, I can't talk. It's for when the wind blows, so the draft stays consistent. Interesting. Huh. Okay. I could see that because yeah, that's the only time I really ever notice it doing something is if it's gusty outside. A barometric. What'd you call it? A barometric damper. Okay, interesting. Learn something new every day. Thank you, Tom Williams. Appreciate it. I would not go. Yep. Let's see. Raised beds will warm up on those cool mornings. That's a good point. That's a real good point in the early summer, but that is probably the only benefit. Yeah, I've never thought about that. That's amazing. That's a real good point. They'll definitely warm up a lot more. Scheming is a greenhouse down there at the bottom somehow. It's going to be tough trying to get that in. We're not going to get it done this winter. If anything, we are barely going to be getting done a roof over the sawmill down at the bottom. And even that, like if we can get that done, wow, that would be a lot. That'd be amazing. It's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough, guys. Our fallback plan on the sawmill, if we can't get a roof over it, is to get these tarps down in local town. We finally got a Harbor Freight a couple months back, so we were able to go down and get some tarps. So that's going to be our plan, is just tarp the crap out of the thing, and hopefully it stays mostly dry. I was also scheming possibly taking the whole saw head off and bringing it up here and storing it in the shop, but we have no good way to like lift that thing up and maneuver it around. If we had a tractor, it wouldn't be bad, but even yet, there's no actual pick points on this saw head, so it's not really designed for that. But one of those things, we'll just kind of have to see. Scroll with this finger so we don't have to do that. Nice. Richard, hello from Granny, North Carolina. What's up, Richard? Thank you for joining us. Biggest benefit. Oh yeah, I can see that, not having to get down on your hands and knees, right? Spec 880. So he asked, what company would we suggest for digging a well? So I'm assuming this is in our area. Got to be in our area. Let's see, man. There's a lot out there. There's a lot. If you, all we did was Google it, and like, I don't want to necessarily say one or the other, but there's a couple out there. And what we did is we just had them all come out, or we had a couple of them come out and give us quotes, and we kind of just talked with them and felt them out, basically. You know, kind of gave a quick judgment of who they are, what their company was about. You know, and we went with the one we went, and it worked out perfect for us. He was a super good guy to deal with. If you want, email us personally, and we can maybe chat about that a little bit more. But they're all good, and they're all super busy. I do know that. Use pole trees to build structure to cover. Yeah. I'd have to scheme that a little bit, Paula. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if we have a ton of birch that we could use as poles, but that's about it. And I don't want to put birch up for poles. I did see that there were some cedar poles on sale on the marketplace, so maybe I should look at those. I think a guy could get away with a 12-footer. I think they were 12. So I wanted $10 for a 12-foot cedar pole. That was, I think 8 inches at the bottom, so not bad. Let's see, I meant to ask a question from earlier video. This is Larry. Let's see, why is there a gap between your garage door and the concrete pad outside? Good question. So, when we were pouring this pad, I had never done like any concrete more than I think like, I don't know, it was like a yard, 1.8 yards. It was a small little hot tub pad. So this, we ended up pouring, I think, so this would have been, let me think. So we had 4 trucks for a total of 40 yards. So this ended up being probably like 36 yards or 35 yards of the pad. And I don't know what to do as far as figuring that. I really didn't want to come up short. So I actually ordered 50 yards. After the first truck was poured, we were able to call off the 5th truck. So we had 4 trucks holding 10 yards apiece. That little pad out there was like the overflow from this pour, essentially. And we knew it was going to be a fair amount. So that was like the approach coming into the garage. It all worked out hunky-dory. But the reason it's not tight right there, there's that gap, it's, I don't know, foot and a half gap, is I knew I was going to need to run drainage underneath there because we have a drainage block wall all behind me. And that pipe runs all the way over there, and then it 90s and runs straight under there through that gap where that foot and a half gap is. I got like a 4-inch French drain line running right underneath there, and that continues all the way out until it falls over the edge. It dumps off over the edge of the hill there. I wanted to do that, 1, because I didn't have the drain ready to pour concrete over it, and 2, I wanted access to the drain. So I think what either 1, gravel it, which would be the easiest, or 2, fill it in with pavers and kind of make it look nice. I don't know what kind of pavers, but fill it in with like a brick paver and do all that. And I think it'd look really nice. Maybe even fill in the rest of the parking area with pavers, one day way down the road. But yeah, so that's the story behind the pad there. Let's see. We got a couple more. Let's see, Spec 88, yep, he's a good guy too. Knew a kid that worked for him for a long time, heard good things about him. Saplings work well for poles. Yeah, see, we don't have a ton of those on the mountain. I gotta scheme it. Heirloom Permaculture, what is up? Thanks for joining us. Northern Living, do what they did on the Alaska frontier. They did cedar posts in the ground and used lumber milled and put a trap on the roof, so a tarp on the roof probably. So let me read that again. Low power mode, get that out of the way. We're gonna have to wrap this up here in the next 25 minutes or so. So I'll have to check it out. That must be a channel, the Alaska Frontier. Cedar posts in the ground, yeah, I'll have to check that out. Build a wood shelter over your saw head. John Hancock, yeah. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. We don't have the cedar poles. I could buy some. I think I need 4. The kicker with building that is, you got to have that face open because you're still going to be putting logs into the saw. So you want that face open. I think I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 5 poles total. On the back side, there'll be 3. On the front side, there'll be 2. But to support that, span, since there isn't going to be a post in the middle on the front side, You'll have to have a kicker, a 45, coming down to that middle post on the backside in the middle of the roof. So that, I mean, not engineering, but it takes a little bit of thinking, making sure it's not going to collapse. You know, you need a pretty good post there because that's going to be a bit of hunky-doriness on the post. So, yeah, I'll have to scheme that. I'm going to have to look and see if those poles are still available. Let's see. Fresh mill wood as a cover. We actually do have a ton of, not a ton of metal, but a fair bit of metal left over from when we did everything. I overestimated the metal just barely. I ended up with like a sheet left over from everything, you know, so one sheet from the roof, the dark siding color, and one sheet from the light siding color. So I don't know if that's totally going to be enough to cover that entire area, but it'll put a good dent in it, and I don't really mind if it's a different color. It'll be fine. Johnny Campbell, thanks for joining us. How's the old Chevy holding up? It almost looks like in his picture there's an old Chevy. I can't quite tell what that is. These, you know, little phones here. Yeah, thank you. He says, neat old truck. Let's see them still used for what they're built to do. It is a truck. It needs some work, but don't they all? You know, there's a few things. The worst thing about that truck that I think, I bought it and I ended up finding that it had a broken rear leaf. I don't remember what side, so I ended up calling the companies. Turns out leaf springs are really expensive. Anyway, found some good deals. I can't remember where from, but ended up getting some leaves ordered, and the guy said, hey, you want the 1-ton leaves? And I said, man, that sounds really good. Well, one, he never mentioned that it's going to jack the back of my truck up like 6 inches, so now it looks all stupid. And two, rides like shit. He didn't need to tell me that. I should have thought of it, but, you know, never crossed my mind. But yeah, so I need to get like some lowering shackles to get the ass end of that thing back down. But yeah, I mean, just like any old truck, runs good. Got a really cool truck I need to try to show you guys, but I think that one is a 79 with a PTO drive winch on the front of it. Oh man, this thing is not clean, but this is a work truck. It is a tank. Super cool truck. Let's see, what do we got here? James, any plans next year for the deck on top of the deck on top of the hill? Big plans, yeah. So we ran out like big time on that. We have a pretty fair bit of that material too, which is the kicker to that. What really put the damper on it was the wetting. It kind of just like with the way everything fell out, and then with the way the weather worked, we had a super dry year here in Idaho. And then right at the end of summer, like we got a lot of rain, so kind of ran out of time there with the deck on top. But that is the goal for next summer. You know, Liz and I are setting out goals of what we want done by this winter, what we want to be doing by next summer, and what we want finished by next summer, you know, in the process of being finished at least. Yeah, and that made the cut, so we're stoked on that, and we're super stoked to show you guys that. Let's see, what else? Johnny Hancock, build a wood shelter over your saw head, winter, just for winter plywood. Yeah, we're scheming something there, Mr. Hancock. No cedar north of Sitka, huh, interesting. Oh, that's a Ford in his picture, he says. And yeah, super good chunk of wood. So yeah, right. No offense, no, it's just, it's a good truck, good truck. But yeah, so you guys saw that we got the plywood all up. We're stoked on that. Let me give this thing a little loosey-goosey. Plywood's all up. We got the racks all up. You can see there, we didn't really highlight it in the video, but I did start some shiplap right there. That was kind of the plan when everything was still up in the air. I was doing that while plywood was real expensive. This was the plan originally, and then it got expensive just like everything else. So we held off on that, started out with shiplap, and plywood didn't get cheap again, but it was cheaper. I think we paid, I think this was like 14 bucks a sheet or something for that, and we bought, I don't know how many sheets are in here. With that back wall, maybe 20, I'm not sure, somewhere in there. So it worked out pretty good. Let's see, we'll pop up here. You could use pine trees as posts. So pine trees, we don't have a ton of little ones, guys. It's a problem. You know, and the little ones we got, these posts, like, they're not real big. We don't have like, I want a good post. There's going to be a bit of weight sitting on the end of this thing, and even just to get one, I'll have to look around the property again and see, but I took a good look. I don't really want to use the pine. The pine's going to rot out a lot faster than the cedar's going to. We definitely don't have the cedar. Like I mentioned, there was some cedar post I saw on Marketplace. I think the guy wanted like 10 bucks a piece for a 12-footer. So I figured if I bury that 2 feet in concrete, you know, set everything on top, well, I guess you'd have to notch it 6 inches. So hypothetically, you'd have like a 9.5-foot ceiling. Something like that, you know, we're just scheming. So I'll look into the post and see, because it's definitely on the radar, you know, trying to get that shelter done over the sawmill down there. It's definitely on the radar. It's one of those things that's, even if we do get a roof over this thing, guys, you know, then we still need to get tarps up on the side of it. It's not like we just put a roof over it and it's done. There's still going to be a lot of stuff that can blow in from the sides. It's still going to be a fairly high roof too. So, you know, a lot of these projects aren't just like super cut and dry like that. There is a little bit to it. But I think we can hopefully get it done. We'll see. Should be coming up. We got a few little dinky things that we've been coming out with. You'll see there's a video coming out tomorrow afternoon. I think it's coming out. You know, a few little dinky things we've been doing. Got some electrical that we've been working on in the house. We got, yeah, a lot of winter prep going on. We did some firewood yesterday. Didn't get a ton of it in. Some of you guys may have seen the live stream on Instagram. That's what it was. Yeah, tried to live stream us splitting firewood, so we did do that. But yeah, I'll catch up. Thank you guys all for joining us. Looks like we got 43 people in here. Right on. Thank you guys for popping in. Let's go check on this heater. That was the initial thing that was going on. And anybody that's just seen the title, they knew I was getting fired up there for a second because, oh my God, that was so hectic there when I was trying to get this thing going. So hectic. I was trying to get this microphone hooked up. You guys couldn't hear me. There was like 50 people in here, and I had to end the live stream because I couldn't get the microphones going. I unplugged the microphone, then the phone microphone didn't come back, and but we're here. We're here. 144 people in there. If you guys would, if you're liking this video, please give me a thumbs up. It sure does help me, and we appreciate it. Let's see what we got going on back here. Everything is looking pretty good. Hopefully you guys can still hear me since I got this handy dandy microphone hooked up here. Still burning good. Everything's hot. I just got this thermostat cranked all the way up. You know, we're gonna be down here and that we got this running. Make sure we don't got that. What do we got sitting here? This thing's just sitting up. This is saying it is, let's see, so that's 50, 55, 60, 65, so that's 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Yep, so that's what it is. So it's saying it's about 65 degrees in here. I don't know if that's backwards, if you guys are not, but about 65 degrees in here, and that was just sitting here right on the ground. So we're doing pretty good. Heated this place up about 15 degrees in the last Kichi. That is super perfect. Stoked on that. That's going to help out a ton, guys, you know, because we'll wake up in the morning, and we got the wood stove going on upstairs, and it takes like the bite off instantly. It's a real big wood stove for the area that we got. We wake up, and it's about 50 degrees up there sometimes. Fire up the wood stove, good to go. Down here, you come down, and this is a big area, and there's a lot of concrete down here, and it's really hard to like get it to warm up. So this is going to be nice to at least take the bite off. I think probably keep this on a thermostat and try to keep that maybe around 45 degrees so it never gets like super, super cold in here. It's going to be what kind of cost we run into with that, though. I'm actually very interested to see that. We do have plans to possibly install a wood stove tied into that pipe, there we go, that we talked about earlier. The other scheme that I've yet to mention in this live stream at least is a rocket mass heater. I'd love to build one of those into this big block wall that we got that runs all the way down there. I think it'd be a little base for it to pump all this heat into the block wall to hopefully conserve it and do something like that. So that's, you know, kind of in the ballpark as well. Just trying to figure it all out. And yeah, let's see, we'll catch back up in here. Looks like, here we go. 47, and there we go, right? See, Paul H. Where's Liz and the doggies?
Get it all fired up.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't get the mic. Here's Liz and the doggies. Oh, yeah, go. She's going to join us. Just don't turn it on until you get down here. I had some trouble with it earlier. Yeah, I think Liz is going to be joining us. Pop in for a little bit. Trying to catch up on some comments here. I got behind. I don't even know where I was then. There we go. Use a sawmill. They have the capacity to make the wood pressure treated. I don't know how they do that. I think if you like soaked it in old motor oil, would that be like redneck pressure treating? Maybe. I don't know how that'd work. Howdy y'all. Hope you too as well. Thank you, Hope Homestead. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, nice. Side edge can be live milled slabs, even tarps. Yeah, tarps. Morgan had a GMC 1 ton. Yeah, they're good trucks. Master redacted. See if the AC unit works too. I wish I had an AC. Furnace isn't kicking out on high limit. You are golden. Yes. The furnace isn't kicking out on high limit. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, too hot or something or overload. Yeah. I was a little confused there. Charlie Bennett, what up, dude? Thanks for popping in. How are ya? Now Jed's barking. He thinks somebody's here. New here. Is that below ground? Traveling? Yeah. No, this is not. Well, I mean, it depends on how you look at it. But no, technically not below ground. This is like at grade, but I've kind of cut out, a section of the hill here. So the hill is up on the side of this block wall. The hill itself is not higher than the block wall, but the mountain continues up higher, if that makes sense. So like, I cut the hill out, but where the actual cut is, the mountain was coming down like this. Where the actual cut is higher. No, it's lower. The block wall is higher than that cut. So halfway underground? No, the other one's on the Xbox, isn't it? I think that's where it is. We'll see. No, I was going to charge it. I don't think it's charged yet. Or fully charged. Sinbad's in the house. What's up? Hancock says, Rocket Mass Eater. Charlie Bennett. Hi, Liz. Hi, Mike. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. I keep forgetting I have this thing on. I'm used to the phone. Tim Fergo, did you mention to combine the future wood stove vent with the oil stove vent? Not a good idea. Okay, I appreciate the input. Yeah, very, very much. Thank you. So yeah, that was my scheme. It's not a plan. I'd like to scheme all this stuff here. So we got 2 that said not the best idea to hook that up. Yeah, did you turn it on yet?
Hi guys. Oh.
You got to turn it on.
Turn it on.
Yeah, and then those little bars right here. I'll show these guys this. Look at, we got this. That little bar on number 1 should pop up, I think, once Liz turns it on. Holding the button down. There it goes. Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Do we got positive soundage, guys?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Good. Here, put it like on the outside.
We had some trouble with this earlier today.
Yes.
Still learning.
Still learning.
Lots to learn.
I think it probably is working though.
Okay.
Please
guys.
give us a couple thumbs up if her
Larry,
mic is working.
Paula, good to
Everyone's
see you
in the
guys.
house. Here, I'm trying to catch up here with
On
everybody.
this nice Wednesday evening. Where are we at? I can
so
help
right
ya.
there.
Hope everyone's doing good.
Oh, Morgan's got an 84. I think a 1 ton he
Chevy?
said. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Can burn the wood to preserve it. Yeah, in Shogo Shui or something like that. You can like burn wood
Yeah.
to preserve it to keep it from like rotting in the ground.
I was kind of thinking about that.
I've heard about
with
that.
the little side tables.
Just after you
know.
mentioned Liz, the sound went off. Not here. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay. Oh, it scared me.
What was that? Oh, that was a while ago.
Oh my! You should have seen when I was trying. It was so hectic in the beginning.
Darn
Yeah.
it.
Charlie, what size cedar logs are we looking for? So we were scheming on doing the roof over the sawmill. It's a 6-inch log, preferably 8-inch, because the middle post is going to have quite a bit of torque on it. Because we're doing 3 posts in the back, 2 posts in the front, because you still need to be able to put the log in, onto the sawmill. So you need the front bay just wide open. So instead of where that 3rd post would be in the front, in the middle, we'll have a kicker going off. So I want some I think an 8-inch log would be just plenty.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's
So
all it's been. It's just rambling.
so we're trying to keep up with it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Loud and clear. Nice.
Cedar post.
Yes.
It's nice and warm in here.
10-4. I know. Look at that.
Huh.
70.
It's cool. If
I've
we
been
could
holding it
If we could
too,
keep this
so.
thing heated through the winter.
I know. That's what I
that'd
was
be
kind
really
of
cool.
talking about.
That's what you were talking about in here. It
I'm gonna
looks
go
good in
set
here,
this
don't you
over
think,
here.
you guys? Mike did a good job. He finished up that top portion the other day. So the plywood goes all the way up to the ceiling. And yeah, we like it. We're super excited. Super duper excited. Yeah, hope everyone's doing well. We got 150 people in here. That's cool. We hope you guys are doing good on this
Hi, Mr.
Wednesday.
guys say hi to Mr.
Your
Jed.
welder. We had a welder inquiry. You want to?
Welder inquiry.
Yeah, it's yes welder.
Yes,
Right?
welder.
That's one. Yes,
Yes,
welder.
welder. All right, Jed. All right. No.
They're crazy.
Yeah, the welder's sick. Seems to
sure.
work good. We've used it a handful of times since you guys saw in that video.
Yeah.
Nothing major, like no consistent welding.
Right.
You know, beat after
Yeah,
beat after
little
beat after
projects
beat.
here
But
and
yeah,
there.
little. Yeah, seems to work great. Have had no hiccups, nothing.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Have yet to try it on the 110 function. I will say that, just because we have the 220, you know, in the welding world, I would never go to a 110 if you have the 220, but we should just for argument's sake, review sake.
Right. 20.
For the 110, yeah.
For the 110.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, works good. Yes, welder.
Um,
What else? Where were you?
down. Let's see.
Is your phone charged?
Lights. You guys like the lights? Thanks. Us too. Yeah, it's pretty charged.
You should pull this up. Just keep up with that. It'd be a lot easier.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Could do that for sure.
Full on.
Well, it's 10% battery.
Yeah, that's okay. Ooh, now that you mentioned that, this was at like 20% not too long ago.
Really?
Yeah. That's the problem with this microphone is you cannot charge it. You can't charge your phone when you have a microphone plugged in.
Yeah.
So,
Oh
yeah, you got it now.
Thanks about the lights.
Perfect,
We
yeah.
appreciate that. We
Lights
like
work
them.
good.
Nice and bright in here.
Yeah, that's really good.
Let's see. What kind of snacks do we like to eat? Ben asks.
All snacks?
Yeah.
Almost all snacks.
I think, yeah. Nothing in particular, just a little bit of everything.
Right.
Really.
Yeah,
Random snacks for sure.
yeah.
Chocolate
Not
chips.
picky.
No.
I tell Liz I'm like one of the least picky eaters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we really are.
Good snacks. And good. Chocolate's always good.
Chocolate, bread.
Chocolate with peanut butter. Bread's good.
Bread with chocolate.
Bread with chocolate milk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mike loves
Chocolate
milk.
milkshakes.
It's like his favorite.
Yeah.
I like chocolate milk too. Dairy agrees with me much less than it does him, so I don't drink as much chocolate
Too
milk.
much, baby.
What?
What? Hopefully you guys can't hear the dogs,
Yeah.
but they shouldn't be able to because we got these handy dandy microphones.
Yeah, let us know if you can hear the dogs.
Yeah, they are just wrestling away back here. 10%, there it was. I was waiting for that to pop up. I was a little worried that I missed it.
We got Mike from the
Alright.
UK, Duncan from
Dogs
Australia.
wrestling. Man, look at that mean 74.
Richard
GS
says he
340.
has his AC on tonight.
What? Wow.
Yeah,
Good for you.
Yeah, we're Richard.
Florida, maybe?
Virginia, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't see what Richard.
Warmer than here, but that's
Yeah.
okay. The cold is good, but
Yeah, the cold's good. I got that.
long as you can have
thermometer sitting
layers.
there. Yeah, the place is looking good. I'm proud of us.
me too.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
The lights help. So you can like
being
see
able
everything.
to see everything,
Yeah.
and then you can clean everything, organize everything when you can see it, right?
Yeah, so guys, this
Mm-hmm.
metal behind us here, that has some plans to hopefully
guys,
get used.
Stop.
To hopefully get used, and then we got a whole nother rack of shelves because all that metal is going to be used up.
Yeah.
You're over there
We need to get a
hacking up
shop
alone.
couch in here.
Oh, shop couch, yeah. Where can we put the shop TV?
I don't know.
It
I
has
think
to
like
be
this
bigger than
little
that
room,
TV.
maybe after.
This is our wood room.
Well, once it's not the wood room anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, something.
Somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, shop couch, that'd be super chill right now.
Yeah. One day.
Uh-huh.
We got wood piles we can sit on if we really wanted to.
Eh. I stand for standing. That's a South Park joke. A lot of these guys won't get it. I stand for standing.
Understand. Let's see. I'm gonna keep going on some comments.
Yeah.
Richard, North Carolina, 15 minutes north of Kitty Hawk. Okay.
All right,
Very
nice.
cool. Never
Yeah.
been over to the east much. I think the
No.
furthest east I've been is Minnesota. Yeah. One day. North Carolina AC is on. Brad from Nashville.
What's up, Brad from Nashville?
And then what kind of seasonings do we like? We have Old Bay out here in Maryland.
Old Bay, yeah, that's a good go-to. Old Bay is a good one. Johnny's is a good
Johnny's,
one.
yeah, steak seasoning.
That Montreal steak seasoning, that's
We
the
have one
go-to
that's
on
like
anything
from
grilled.
Garlic, salty kind of stuff. I
Celery
like.
salt on hot dogs, typical East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Salt and pepper. Typically go in most things.
Right.
Uh,
Let's see. Oh, I see Dollywood.
see.
That's a amusement park. RMC put a coaster in Dollywood, I think.
yeah.
That-
Dolly Parton
No.
World.
Is that what it is?
Dollywood.
Dollywood?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they did a coaster in Dollywood.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who?
Rocky Mountain Construction. It's the coaster company I
Oh,
used to
the
work
roller
for.
coasters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I think they did one in Dollywood.
Hmm.
Can't remember.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No need for wood stove in Florida.
Not
Yeah,
much, huh?
Not much. Maybe every once in a while. It'd be nice
Yeah.
to take the edge off.
Yeah, I don't know. Does it get cold in Florida? Like
Does it get
cold,
cold?
cold?
Yeah.
Like less than 30?
Less than 30 for more than a day.
More than a day?
Yeah.
More than a few hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, James is off to bed. Thanks for joining us, James.
Thanks for joining us, James. I'm going to run over here and just make sure that the heater is doing good. I cut you out if you want to move
Oh, yeah.
over.
No worries.
No,
Oh.
so you, yeah, I wasn't telling you to get out.
So you're kind of in the corner of the screen, so watch out.
Get out of my frame.
What are you doing?
Oh yeah, that's blowing. That's a
Shout
right now.
out.
That's perfect.
So Dolly World,
That is just perfect.
Dolly Parton World. I think it's Dolly Parton World. Y'all are talking about this warming. That heat will nearly double in cost this year. I mean, feels like everything is doubling in cost. So hopefully, like we have fuel for the winter. That would be cool.
What, diesel fuel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we paid over $3 a gallon for off-road diesel, which
Yeah,
is
usually
so
the cheapest.
expensive.
Uh-huh.
I thought, man, maybe it wasn't just last year, but not too long ago, that stuff was only like $1 a gallon or
Yeah.
$1.20 a gallon or something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That's tax-free diesel. Yeah. It's stupid.
Let's see. Yeah, it's crazy. How much
It's dumb.
snow do you guys get?
Used to be lots.
Used to be lots. We're not
Yeah.
super high up, so we get quite a bit of snow in the mountains, but like where we are, it's kind of hit or miss on snow.
Yeah, there's a lot of like little microclimates in our area. So like
Yeah.
some places will get just like oodles of snow and right down the road, you know, not as much.
Yeah, but
so
we're definitely
we've only wintered here once, so we've really yet to see
right.
what we got going on.
Yeah, right here in our little spot.
We
Last
did have
winter
snow
was-
last year, where some people didn't.
True.
Hmm.
Yeah, last winter was weird. It seems like all winters are weird.
Yeah, anymore.
Breakheart Orchard, they need to gather more
Oh,
firewood.
what's up, guys? Yeah, us
So do
too.
we.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow even.
Okay, maybe I didn't. Yeah, firewood. That would be good
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow. Maybe go get the rest of that one tree,
Up the road.
or up on our hill here.
I was thinking up where we went the other day.
Yeah,
There was that big pile sitting there.
yeah, we could do that.
It was
Just
all
get a truck
pine,
load.
but it was dry.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think it was all ponderosa though, so at least it's better than, or it was lodgepole. It's better than ponderosa.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Okay, so Scott says, "What is the name of the welder and where did he get it from?" Yes, Welder. If
Yes,
that's the
Welder
name
is
of
the
our-
brand.
if
It's like,
that's one
let me look. I think it's the
you're talking-
MP200.
yeah, MPS or something like that.
Where is it? Oh, I
Can you
got
get
this
it on
handy
Amazon?
microphone.
You can get it online. Just
he can
Google
hear me
Yes
over here.
Welder. You
They
probably have to go
ended
to
their
website.
Kickstarter not too long
Um,
ago, so you can't get it on the
Made in
Kickstarter. I don't
China,
know if you
so
can get
straight
it.
from China. That's for sure. But yeah, Yes Welder seems to work all right for us right now.
It is the first
First
MP Michael Paul 200, 200.
200.
Yeah, MP200.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think you can get it on the Kickstarter, so I don't know where you can get it at the
I
moment.
just say like Google it and like probably their website.
Google it. Yeah, it'll come
Go
up.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll come up for sure.
seems to be a slick little unit, especially with the plasma built in, guys. That is like super slick, super nice. You do have to have the air compressor.
Yeah.
Kind of goes without saying if you're talking plasma in the plasma world, but you do need an air compressor to run the plasma cutter.
Right.
plasma cutter function within the welder.
Good to know for anybody out there that
Yes.
curious.
Yeah, as new to the
welding world. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot to it. A lot to it.
yeah. Once it's all pretty basic
Yeah,
once you do it a
get
little bit. Yeah.
I guess. Okay, so Paula, she's headed out. Bye, Paula. Coming.
Thanks for popping in.
Yep.
Sorry about the beginning to the videos. Paula was in there for the whole thing.
Oh, thanks
Yeah.
for sticking around, Paula.
Oh, it was brutal.
Oh, sorry.
It was so bad.
Oh.
I think I started the live stream like 2 or 3 different times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it.
We're here now.
I didn't hear any yelling,
Yeah.
so you kept calm.
Kept calm and chive on.
Hi from northern New Hampshire. Hello. I bet it's
Northern
cold
New
up
Age.
there.
Yeah, chilly
Right,
getting there.
I'd
Yeah,
say.
for sure.
Sinbad says shop looks good. When did we do the plywood? Probably a couple weeks ago.
Couple weeks ago, yeah.
Couple
There's a
weeks
video up on it. I'll give you
Yeah.
guys a little pano here. Shop
we
is
got it
looking
all
prime.
up. We had in the video we left the space like at the very top, but Mike got that finished the other day.
June hair.
Looks really good.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, no gaps. Oh wow.
Shut off.
I wonder if that's the thermostat.
You
Is-
put it back together, huh?
Well, yeah. I'm gonna
Okay,
see if
so
that's.
you just got the. I see what you got going.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna keep reading these.
Yeah.
Dean here from South Dakota.
Hi, Dean.
Hi, Dean.
Oh yeah, that was
Richard
the
said
thermostat
gas
that
went up to
kicked it off.
319 where he is.
That's
Thermostat
awesome.
working?
It's working perfectly.
Nice.
It's working
Very good.
perfectly. You know what? I think I'm gonna start running thermostat wire to wherever we want the thermostat to be.
Where do we want it to be?
I don't know. Where do you want it to be?
Where do we want this thermostat to be for the shop?
So I was thinking like central location,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I don't want the heater blowing like right on the thermostat because then it's gonna
Yeah,
shut it off a lot
yeah.
sooner.
That makes
Maybe
sense.
if I put the thermostat on like the back side of the post.
Yeah, you can even do like a little box or something if you had to. Around it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not the end of the world if it blows right on it.
Yeah, I like that spot, or even on the inside of the post too.
Inside of the post one. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I'm gonna look for thermostat wire really quick.
Yeah, do it.
I think I have a spool. I think you and I bought it.
Let's see. So, more comments here. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm reading comments. Mike, I think he's looking for some thermostat wire, so we'll see what he finds over there. Let's see. So, you just saw more of your channel. So, home is just above you to your right. Correct? Yes. The living quarters are up above the shop on half of the shop. So, that's kind of a little layout that we came up with when we were building. We wanted the tall ceilings. Yeah, the apartment is nice and cozy up there. It's 1 bedroom, and we have 2 bathrooms overall, 1 in the shop, 1 upstairs. So yeah, it works for us. We like it.
I can't find it.
So you have an iPhone here, but you can get an adapter-free phone. That I'm gonna try the phone to use a headset. Yeah, we could definitely charge our phones. I think if we have to.
What? Yeah. Charge your phone every night.
Breakguard Orchard says, keep the cutoffs from the mill.
Keep the cutoffs.
We keep all the cutoffs. Sometimes we burn them if like we really think that.
Yeah,
need 'em, but
we got a whole stack of
big ones.
cutoffs that we got split and, well, not split, but cut up here.
Yeah. me too.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Diesel
And
is
thank
less.
you guys all
Yeah,
for joining
yeah,
us.
we're
Lots of people in
65
here.
people.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out in the shop.
Hanging in the shop. I'm a little concerned because I know this phone's getting close, and like I was complaining about earlier, I can't plug a charger in
Oh, when you have the microphone.
when I have this thing plugged into
Yeah.
it. So that's kind of the way the cookie crumbles. So unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to wrap this up, guys. But yeah, we got the heater working. That was the goal. The heater cycled even. It shut itself off. So
good thing.
it's about 50, I think 58 or 60 degrees in here. Whatever I have that thing set at.
That's pretty nice because it stays cold in here.
Oh man, it was
Wow.
chilly in here. It was, when I got up, it was 47 in here
Yeah.
this morning. So it was brisk in here this
And
morning.
it's insulated well.
I know, yeah, we're stoked. And especially now that the heater is running, we should be able to like heat up this concrete a little bit,
Yeah.
you know? And once the concrete's a little bit warmer, it's gonna stay a little bit warmer, right? Right?
Yeah.
Right?
I think
But-
so. Cool. All right, you guys. Well, it was nice to see you. I know I
Yes.
popped in a little bit late, but
Yep.
it's good to see you while I was here.
More to come. We'll
Yep.
catch you guys next time.
We'll see you next time. Bye.